Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Lektion 5. A hearty welcome to lesson number 5. In this lesson we will talk about some questions that you might ask someone in your first conversation. So it's all about introducing yourself and getting to know the other person. So in this lesson you will hear many new interrogative words. Okay. Let's start with a very basic. First question you would probably ask is, how are you? So, how are you? Wie geht's? Wie geht's? So, our question word is wie, which means how. Another example with wie. Wie heißt du? Wie heißt du? What is your name? And another one, wie alt bist du? Wie alt bist du? How old are you? These questions don't always translate literally, but it doesn't matter, but that's the correct and most used form. So, wie heißt du? Wie geht's? Wie alt bist du? Okay, let's go to the next question word, wo. Wo means where. So, you can ask, wo wohnst du? Wo wohnst du? Where do you live? Or, where are you from? Wo kommst du her? Wo kommst du her? This is a bit peculiar because our question word is actually not only wo, but woher. You can see we have here wo in the beginning and her as the last word of the sentence, which is why you can also just say woher kommst du and have the word together. Woher kommst du, which still means where are you from. Okay, then we have another wo thing. We're in the question, where are you going, for example? Wohin gehst du? Wohin gehst du? Or wo gehst du hin? Here again we have the separation. Both are correct, you can use whatever you prefer. But remember, in order to say where, you can have wo, woher, wohin. It always depends on the context. Okay, next question word, wann. When. Wann hast du Geburtstag? Wann hast du Geburtstag? When is your birthday? When is your birthday? Wann hast du Geburtstag? Okay, it's quite similar to the English in this case. The next one, who. Wer ist das? Wer ist das? Who is that? Or who is he? Who is she? We always actually only say das. Also, when you then answer this question, you wouldn't say he is my brother. You would say that is my brother. And it doesn't matter if it's male or female or whatever, you always say das. Yeah.
So I can't just ask who is he or she. In English, we use he or she.
Yes.
To specify the gender.
Grammatically, of course, you can say wer ist wer ist sie. So it is perfectly correct grammatically, but it is not really used. It is much more natural to just say wer ist das.
Also, it's weird to say that. Well, like wer ist er.
You wouldn't hear it, no.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Next question word, was. What. So, was möchtest du machen? Was möchtest du machen? What would you like to do? Okay. Do not worry about all the words you don't know yet, but you will already have heard them from this lesson later on when they come back, and you can already learn these questions by heart, and yeah, so you'll already have the pattern of it in your brain. and yeah, everything will come back later, no worries. Okay, now the why question. Why are you laughing? Warum lachst du? Warum lachst du? So why, warum? But we don't only use warum, we can also use wieso. Wieso. It's a complete synonym, so don't worry, you will hear both of them. You can choose whichever you like best. Warum, wieso. Okay, what you might often hear is in the combination, why not? People say, wieso nicht? But also, warum nicht? So, your choice. And a last one, welche, which music do you like? Welche Musik gefällt dir? Welche Musik gefällt dir? You will hear or see variations of the question word itself. So you might see welcher with an R, welches with an S at the end. That's to do with declension, which we will cover a lot later. But it doesn't matter because whenever you hear something with welch, no matter what follows, E, ER, ES, it will always be which. So, as an alternative to this which, welcher, we also say was für. Was für. Literally, what for. So, same question. Welche Musik gefällt dir? Which music do you like? We could say, was für Musik gefällt dir? That is very natural and people say that all the time. So just, again, choose freely which you prefer.
So they are both equally, it means the same thing.
Yes.
And it's not about formal or informal way of asking questions.
Not so much about formality, but more about natural use. So I think it is more natural to say was für. It might be a bit more complicated for the learner because sometimes the für just vanishes and goes to the end of the sentence and you might not know where to put it because word order is very special in German. So it might be safer to stick with welche, which is always correct and it's not super formal or anything. So yeah.
Yeah, but the order is like the you is always at the end of the sentence. It's not like in English, the you or he, she.
Oh, that totally depends on so many things. So we will have a lesson about word order and yes, so then I will explain everything.
Okay.
Okay. So one last thing to say is, I will get back to the question word wo, because you will very, very often find wo in a combination with other pronouns. And these are a bit difficult to understand, but just so you know they exist. And for example, you might see worauf, worüber, worunter. These later function as conjunctions between sentences. It's quite complex, but so don't worry if you see them. They are still question words, but yeah, not for the basic questions. So, but we will get back to that just so you know they exist and don't freak out if you find them because you might not find them in a dictionary. Okay, right. So in the next lesson we will get back to verbs, regular verbs, which then will come in handy to fully understand the questions we have just gone through. Okay, thank you very much and I look forward to seeing you again. Goodbye. Tschüss.